Okay, so now looking at our word problem, we're looking at a 210-foot cliff. We're at the top of it. We're trying to observe a lighthouse that's 430 feet offshore. We want to find the angle of depression from the cliff to the lighthouse. So we got to understand what that's actually asking us to find. So down here, I'm going to put a little diagram for depression and elevation, my angles. I think angle of elevation is a little bit easier to think about. So if you're someone that's on the ground and we spot, let's just say we see a little bird up in the air, and we look up to that bird, the angle of elevation is the angle that you would to look up to. Angle of depression is a little bit more difficult. Let's just pretend we're a bird, we're above the ground, and we spot something down on the ground. The angle of depression is the angle from your path of flight, think of it that way, to the line of sight. So this would be the angle of depression. So it's not actually inside of this triangle that was formed, which makes it a little bit trickier, but if we can find the angle on the inside, we know they add up to 90, so we could just subtract it from 90 to get my angle of depression. So now going back up here, anytime you have these word problems, draw a picture. It makes it so much easier. So we've got a 210-foot cliff. So there's my cliff. We're standing at the top of it. And we see a lighthouse 430 feet offshore. So the shore is not at the base of the cliff, so that distance is 430. There's my lighthouse. Find the angle of depression from the cliff to the lighthouse. So we're looking down to that lighthouse. The angle of depression is going to be this piece right here. So now we look at what we have. The cliff, we can assume, makes a right angle with the shore. So what we can find would be this piece right here. So using this piece, we have opposite and adjacent. We're going to do inverse tangent of 430 over 210. So that's going to give me, let's see here, 63.97 degrees. That is not the angle of depression. You just have to be careful. We know that the angle of depression is complementary to that angle. So we could do 90 minus 63.97. And that's going to give me 26.03 degrees for the angle of depression.